Okay, boxers, we went over the instructions in the dressing room. I want you to obey my commands at all times. I want you to protect yourself at all times. Now, touch gloves now, and when the bout begins, I want you to come out fighting. Touch gloves. Touch gloves now.
He looks like a snorting bull.
Well, what does Gary Stark see when he looks into the eyes of the man who knocked him out? We don't know the answer because he didn't look into the eyes of the man who knocked him out.
He was looking at his shoe. You're right, Steve. And that's going to be so critical. You know, he's got to focus, forget the personal stuff, do his job, and don't go pressing for revenge. Would you agree, Brian?
That's exactly what I told him and his dad. I think this is a horrible move, career-wise and business-wise, to take this rematch. What's the gain in this rematch? Gary was handily winning the first fight. He made a careless mistake, got caught with a right hand and knocked out. So going in a rematch, he's clearly the favorite, even though he lost.
Step out.
So if he wins, it's nothing but just a stripe on the shoulder for personal reasons.
Loss is absolutely devastating to his career. Devastating.
And nothing he can do to erase that devastating knockout. Nothing.
Well, stuff happens. Like you said, he got caught.
But what about confidence, Brian? What about his own confidence? Will a win erase some of the sting of that loss?
It shouldn't. I'll tell you why. In every interview Gary has done prior to tonight, he has said what? I was winning easy, and I got caught. So his confidence should already be there, that knowing he can beat Ledesma.
You know, you said he was winning all those rounds in the fifth. He got caught, but he's fighting with so much more intensity tonight. I think he's going hard, and he's vowed he's going to make this guy so uncomfortable tonight, he's not going to have a chance to get caught with anything.
Listen, unless he can knock Ledesma out with one shot, and Ledesma be out cold for 3 to 4 minutes, it does nothing for him.
Well, I mean, volume punch then.
I think I disagree with you, Brian. I think it's a win that, in his own mind, Gary Stark needs.
Stark's really coming at Ledesma. And again, I'll tell you, Ledesma to me showed all the signs of a shot fighter. Traveling opponent there before he really not got lucky. He landed that perfect counter punch, that right hand that dropped Stark resounding.
And if you're Ledesma, how can you not be confident going against Gary Stark?
Yeah, he is confident, no doubt about that. And this is a guy that's lost 6 of his last 7, but none of that matters because the one win was against Gary Stark.
Well, if he feels he has his number, it was one punch, though.
You know, Ledesma's dangerous, Nick. We know him from Showbox years ago.
Right.
When he fought Raul Martinez. He's a rangy guy, rangy junior featherweight. A little dangerous with that right hand, as Stark knows all too well.
Well, Stark dropped his hands the last time. He, as we've mentioned so many times, got caught. But, you know, if I'm Ledesma and I'm that, I feel that confident. He's not reading anything hesitant in Stark. So he's taking his time and playing it really cautious.
But Gary may be playing right into Ledesma's hand.
How?
Using that energy, trying to be aggressive. And he may be overly aggressive and get clipped with a right hand.
Which we said at the beginning, don't try for this revenge and press too hard.
Time. Seconds out.
Any objection to Gary Stark Sr.'s advice in terms of everything was working for Stark in that round, but do you add another layer and say go to the body more and just keep doing what you're doing, guys?
Well, if he's going to fight aggressively, Nick, yeah, going to the body is a good idea, for sure. Break down Ledesma, stop Ledesma in the later round.
Ledesma's never impressed me, a guy with great legs, at least down the stretch. Again, he's only 28 years old, but he is a traveling opponent. Now he's trying to control distance a little bit and sort of fight off that back leg.
Well, I have no doubt in my mind that Gary will win this fight. And probably win handily. But he will give Ledesma opportunities with his aggression.
But any fighter who's aggressive, right? You're going to get hit a little bit if you're aggressive.
Yes, but Gary Stark Jr. is not known for that. So he's not too familiar with how to channel aggression.
So he's a bit out of his comfort zone.
Right, that's why I said it might be reckless aggression.
Yeah. Boy, Ledesma tried to catch him there. Now Ledesma trying to dial in his offense. He hasn't had it so far through four blazing minutes really of action. Stark with a nice right hand there, and that gets Ledesma fighting back. So Ledesma finally getting going offensively a little bit.
Well, one thing that's clearly there early in the fight is Gary Stark's focus, and that's why he lost the last fight.
Yes.
He lost his focus. He's not playing around. Sometimes we've seen Gary have some fun in the ring. This is serious work for him, and his focus so far is clearly there.
Really pressing, and then once he's inside, covering up and then countering Ledesma, just catching those on the gloves. Would he be better served, guys, to punch and move and fight faster?
Well, I've always felt, Brian, tell me what you think, that Gary Stark is more slick, quick, and tricky than he is a big puncher or a pressure fighter. In certain fights, you have to fight aggressively. Like when he fought Mike Oliver on Showbox, he had to fight aggressively.
Yeah.
Against Ledesma, it's working so far, but in general, I think Gary fights with a little too much heart sometimes.
Definitely, definitely. There's nothing else I can add to that. You're right on the money with that.
Ledesma right in front of Stark, and Stark beat him to the punch. Now he's got him under siege again. Let's see, he's got to watch that counter shot. Now let's see, he'll cover up, stand in front, stay in the pocket. Be willing to take those shots on the gloves and elbows and come back with something. So he's fighting at closer range, you're right.
Step back, no punch.
Close range is good, and getting low, which his dad told him to do,
Yes.
is a good idea. You're not going to get hit with a right hand if you get real low.
Good pickup, you're right.
But one thing Gary has never really focused on, Gary Stark never jabs. And maybe in a fight like this, when he's being overly aggressive, he should move behind the jab.
Oh, you're
but
right.
he never jabs.
Man, these rounds really clicking on, guys. Nice right hand follow-up, so Stark gets his hands flowing, and they pay dividends. He caught him on the third shot.
10.
We head to the fourth. Again, non-stop action here. Or head to the third, I should say. I don't want to make it move any faster.
I think what a Bo Ledesma well in this fight is if he just start throwing power punches or hard shots, just to put it in Gary's head. You know, you better be careful.
Yeah, make him think twice, huh?
So just start throwing hard shots in Ledesma's corner.
Well, it looks like he's trying that, but Stark just walked in again and caught him with that third shot. Two of them missed. He followed up with that left hook.
It's a very interesting point because Ledesma in the back of his head knows that it only takes one.
Yeah,
that could be a good thing because you're never out of the fight. You could be down 8 rounds to 0. You can still knock him out. It could be a bad thing because you load up waiting for that one shot.
But that's why I would do it early. These rounds, the first 3-4 rounds, I'll just load up and throw hard shots. Even if I hit Gary blocking, hit him in the back of the head, just throw a hard shot so he can feel it. You know, Gary Stark told me he never saw the first fight. He don't remember the first fight, and he never want to see it.
Well, Ledesma's making a bit of a battle. He's standing and trading with him at times, then slipping out. Now he's trying to get on the jab, and Stark trying to walk him down. But as you said, Brian, catching shots, trying to feint him into a mistake, but not really jabbing his way in.
Oh, Ledesma just landed the left foot.
Don't pull back, eh?
That's Gary Stark Sr., who trains his son. We'll listen in.
And just as Junior got hit with a hook, his dad
Stay
yelled,
low,
"Don't pull
kid,
out."
stay low.
Steve, as you mentioned, they want him to stay low. Avoid that right hand.
Stay low, baby, stay low. Don't reach, stay low. Take your time, kid, take your time.
Is he overreaching, Brian?
Only because he's trying too hard. And as I say, he doesn't jab moving in. So that's why it appears that he's overcommitting with his shots.
I just think he's fighting with great intensity. And
Head down, keep your head down, kid.
This is the best round thus far for Ledesma. He's sticking a nice left out there, and he's landed with a couple of rights. Stark has not been able to get too close this round.
yeah, Stark not doing a good job with that hook. And there in a flurry, it's Ledesma partly off balance. But here comes Stark. He thinks he may have stunned him. Ledesma not holding on, but Stark trying to bury him here. Oh, unloading that right that just missed. Ledesma luring Stark in and unloading a combination of his own.
Gary Stark's fighting the fight of a power puncher, and that's not really his game.
Yeah, he's got to be careful, as you guys have been warning.
He's being overly aggressive with right hand. That's what I mean. You're being overly aggressive against a guy who knocked you out already.
Yeah, his right landed, but so did Ledesma's, and it shoved Stark back for the first time tonight.
10 seconds out.
Push it down, Mike.
Great advice, stay to the right. We know Ledesma, I don't want to make him into a one-note song, but he's got the right hand and we don't see much else. So why move into that power gun? Let's see if Stark starts moving to the right. It's Ledesma forcing him to move into his power.
See, I mean, Ledesma came out with confidence now, jabbing, trying to back Gary up.
They punched together, but Ledesma was moving to the left a lot, trying to set up that right hand.
Stark marked under the left eye.
See, it's impossible.
Under the right eye.
It's impossible to accomplish what Gary Stark was trying to accomplish in this fight. Impossible, because he don't have the one-punch knockout.
Well, Ledesma got off there with a quick combination. Stark, you hit on a key thing. Should be jabbing his way in, and he's not.
He never does, and that's his downfall.
Walking into punches there. Overreaching, so Stark got to gather himself a little bit. He seems to be pressing now for sure. 4 punches, 4 left hands, not a lot on him. And Stark making the fight by all means.
Well, he's definitely forcing the fight, but Ledesma's starting to, just like that, he's starting to land jabs against Gary.
That began in round 3, Brian. I agree with you. And the way they're fighting now, Ledesma looks like he's much taller with a much longer reach.
You still say Stark has the speed advantage, though, right? Faster hands?
Faster hands and better ability to throw punches in combination. But I don't think he's the harder puncher necessarily.
No. Well, I agree with you. I like what Ledesma's doing now. Trying to keep Stark at the end of the jab, changing directions, not letting him get comfortable. But here comes Stark, blowing in, right hand to the body, followed by left, partially blocked. Ledesma waiting to take the initial charge of Stark and counter him there. There's that right hand counter from Ledesma.
And Ledesma is getting closer and closer with that straight right hand. See, personally, I guess for selfish reasons, I did not want Gary Stark Jr. to take this fight, because I knew it would be a dog fight. I knew it would not be easy.
Oh, clean up, follow-up left hook from Stark. That was a beautiful punch. Just love his work rate. You know, stuff's landing. May not be the first, may not be the last, but he's getting hit a lot this round. And the last. That wealth is no mirage.
Gary Stark telling his son to get low. Ledesma does have a right uppercut. Punch to watch out for if Ledesma makes the adjustment.
We got a fight here.
Round 5, this was the fateful round in their first fight.
And Ledesma's getting on the jab now big time. But Stark could see that his eye's puffing up. It's not totally obscuring his vision. Boy, he soaked up a big left hand, and it looks like Ledesma's going for it a little bit, going for that eye.
Correct. Ledesma's moving to his left. Gary's blind side.
Right.
And look for him to throw more hooks.
And line him up for the right hand. Hook right hand, hook right hand. And Gary Stark Sr., let's see if there's any more urgency.
Stay low, baby. Stay low. Stay low. Come back with your hooks always. Stay low, baby. Don't reach. Don't reach.
Ledesma changing direction beautifully. Man, he's popping that left eye. That right eye, underneath the right eye of
Stay low, kid.
Stark.
Well, we talked about confidence. Boy, does Ledesma look like a confident fighter now? He's a different fighter than he was the first 2 rounds.
I take my words back, but signs of a shot fighter. Not tonight.
Even if he was, mentally he will be up for a fight like this. He knocked the guy out with one shot. It's impossible for him to come in here and not be confident.
Stark trying to really press, make it a dogfight inside.
Well, that right eye is going to be a problem. You can see it's going to close shut.
Oh, boy.
You got
walked into a punch there.
And also realize, Gary Stark called him out for this rematch. So, Steve, careful what you wish for.
I agree, but I still understand why Stark wanted this fight so badly.
See, in situations like this, I hate to be right. He didn't need this fight. He didn't need this fight, and I didn't want him to take this fight. But I'm just speaking from a friend's perspective. I did not want him to take this fight for this reason. I knew he would struggle. I knew he wouldn't be able to accomplish dominating Ledesma like he thought he would.
Well, Ledesma there smiling at Stark.
Listen, if you can't get by a guy, I know records aren't everything, a 14-7-1 guy. If you can't get by him a second time, you got to start reassessing. We know he got jobbed against Mike Oliver. Steve and I called that fight. But Gary Stark, you know, you got to dig deep and look into yourself.
But listen, that's why you don't need fights like this,
Well,
especially second time around.
I mean, unless the guy just has your number. He showed me he had one punch.
What's troubling now, though, is that Ledesma's not beating Gary Stark with one punch. The last couple of rounds, he's beating him with speed, movement, jab, and right hand, and combination.
But as Brian said, the first fight, Stark was having it all his way until the fifth. So Ledesma was showing us nothing. How all of a sudden is he showing us so much?
Now he's starting to follow Ledesma around. Never follow a puncher.
Wow, look at that. They've got to get that end swell out in a hurry. No doubt about it.
Ledesma's been 10 rounds 5 times in his career. Excuse me, 4 times in his career.
Brian, you got to cut him off from moving to the left on you?
Well, Gary Stark said he can see on the left side. That may or may not be true, but with an eye like that, it's hard to see clearly. And if Ledesma is moving left, as he's doing, it's hard to really cut him off and have a clear target.
Now, Ledesma accommodating. He's on the ropes. He gets rocked with the right hand coming out. So the crowd gets into it now big time. And Stark is going for the finish now. Not going to get it, but he was really going for it, unloading. He's jumping on Ledesma again. That eye has really caused such big concern. He's starting to hammer away, and he's opening up now. He walked into a shot there. Ledesma trying to time these rushes.
Well, it's time for Gary Stark to smother Ledesma. Brian said you don't walk after a puncher. He can't walk after him. He's just got to get inside and stay inside.
That eye looks horrible.
But make him change pace. He's comfortable moving to his left. Make him change pace.
Well, that's what I asked. How does he do it? He's got to cut him off.
Instead of trying to cut him off, walk straight to him. If he walks straight to him, he has only one alternative, and that's to come into and grab him.
It seems that he's tried that too and had some success. He ate some shots coming in, but Stark looked good with those flurries. He was really on the attack.
But the problem is Gary Stark does not have a jab in his repertoire.
Nor the firepower once he's inside to really maybe finish him. Boy, Ledesma really looking reinvigorated here.
And Ledesma, he's landing that short left hook at will right now. It's only a matter of time before he brings that right hand behind him.
Boy, his left hand is low, Ledesma's. That's a slip.
Ledesma's doing one very smart thing, almost all his movements to the left. And that's obviously toward Gary Stark's blind side at this point. And we use the term blind side almost literally at this point.
Yeah, but as we've been saying all around that there's got to be a better way, and Brian suggests that Stark moves straight ahead.
Straight into him. But I mean, it's good and bad that Ledesma is only moving left.
Oh, man.
Well, he's moving to his right now. If he only moves left, you take his right hand away from him. And as we see in the first fight, the right hand is what did Gary Stark.
But he can win this fight with his jab alone right now. His jab and his
That's the bad part about it.
Yeah, and Stark's going to have to win it with one eye, as you said.
I mean, Ledesma's fighting very smart right now.
Oh, he's putting it together, too. He's not just backing off and running.
If you was Ledesma, how can you not have confidence that you can beat this guy?
Right. Take a look at your scorecards. We'll give you time to total it up. But this has been a blistering pace. We're going to ask you how you have it. Steve, clarify the rule. Now they're going to stop. Now the doctor comes in after the full minute of rest.
Time!
It's a very good rule, Nick. It's a relatively new rule. Why should the fighter be penalized if the doctor needs time to look? The health of the fighter is the most important thing. So if it takes time away from the minute rest, let it take time away, and the minute rest becomes a minute and a half or whatever.
Right, and it'd be hard to address that swelling if the doctor has to look at it.
Right, it gives a chance for the doctor to look at it and for the corner to do their thing.
Do their work. Boy, Ledesma really winding up here. Wow, what boxing. Oh, that's a horrible, horrible swelling under the eye. Stark, sheer guts, continues to come forward.
And Gary Stark, this is the 7th round. It has turned into a situation where he's a predator now. He has to be the predator.
Yeah, he's stalking with intent. He has been from the beginning.
But does he have physical strength or punching power to be a predator?
Right, that's been the question. So he's fighting out of his wheelhouse, really. Got hit right there in the eye again, left hook.
See, Gary Stark have to go to a jab, move straight forward, because he's following Ledesma. That's why he's missing with those hooks. Move straight in. Normally you don't want a boxer moving straight in. But with one eye, move straight in behind a jab. When you get close, let your hands go.
All right. That swelling is so bad that can Ledesma just start to, as Steve said, target it almost strictly and do enough damage here? Or what do you do as a fighter when you see that mess in front of you? You just absolutely forget everything and exploit that?
That's what you should do. And Ledesma obviously has been doing that the past 4 or 5 rounds.
So yeah, he hasn't gone to the body, no need to. He is just absolutely zeroed in on that horrible swelling.
And Gary has turned into, as I said, a predator, and he looks very uncomfortable in this role.
Yeah, and Ledesma's had his chance to breathe in this round. And now he's fighting Stark off.
Very simply put, Brian, to basically echo what you just said, Gary Stark's being put into a position to do something that perhaps he's not capable of doing, which is to come from behind and score a knockout. We know he's not a big puncher. He's more of a boxer right now, mostly because of the eye. He's getting outboxed. Big left hook there by Stark.
He's chasing Ledesma.
He's got to jump on him right now. He may not get too many more chances.
Yeah, he can't wait.
And the reason why he's missing a lot of shots is because Gary Stark normally starts and finishes exchanges. Now he's waiting for Ledesma to start so he can try to counterpunch.
Stark just got butted, which didn't help.
Yeah, he landed a right counter there, did Stark.
Look at that eye.
I said we'd ask for your scorecards. Let's let this round finish and check in with Steve and Brian how they have it.
A lot of pressure on the doctor as well at this point.
Good point, Steve. Good point. Will he step in?
Heart of hearts, though, if Stark were the visitor, would there be less pressure? Visitor who's doing a job. How do you have it through 7, guys?
I have same as Brian. We both have 68-65 Ledesma, after having given Stark the first 2 rounds.
Puts a horrible, horrible onus on Stark, as you say. The theme is, does he have the firepower to get Ledesma out? The point is, he's going to need it if those cards match up with the official ones.
See, another problem Gary Stark is faced with now, he has to become a one-punch knockout artist. On top of it, he has to neglect defense.
Yeah, he's throwing a lot of shots now. You think he's really hurt Ledesma at all, though?
No.
He's listening to his corner a little bit this round now by going a little bit more to the body. If Ledesma doesn't move, Stark has a chance. If Ledesma keeps moving, Stark has no chance.
He's got 8 minutes here. It should be enough time. Stark with a boatload of heart. He's never backed up.
But the one shot Ledesma had success with in the first fight was a right hand. Tonight, it was a jab in the hook. Go.
Stay on him, kid. Stay on him. Stay on him. Stay on him, kid. Stay on him.
Right
Kid,
hand,
stay on him.
but it's Ledesma plowing forward.
That's good advice. Stay on him, meaning smother Ledesma.
Stay on him, kid. Hands up. Hands
Ledesma
up.
walking down Stark.
Stay on him, kid.
Not much on those shots. He's trying the overhand
Left,
right. He's
kid.
neglected the left. He's going to get on that left again, perhaps.
See,
Ledesma could be a little tired, guys.
But he's coming forward. Interesting.
Don't reach.
But
Don't reach.
he's having trouble. He cannot see. No
Don't
matter what he
reach.
say, he can't see.
Don't
You
And
can
then-
tell by his movement.
And there's blood from the right eye as well, I believe now, which I hadn't seen previously.
Well, Stark with a nice counter left hand there that landed in a critical one.
See, that's why I said Ledesma had a losing record. Gary Stark was clearly beating him.
Body, kid.
Keep going off of that. You know what? I was winning. I made a mistake, got careless, and I paid for it. Move on. Extend your career. And now, as you alluded to, Steve, if you can't, and Nick, if you can't get past Ledesma the second time around, what type of confidence you're going to have going into your next fight.
Hey, Gary Stark's dad said if he loses this fight, might as well find something else to do.
He didn't need this fight. I kept telling him, you don't need this fight.
Huge right hand from Stark. Oh, it's just a mess.
Yeah, blood is coming out the eye.
A mess.
The doctor definitely have to step in.
He's going for it now. He's going for it, though. Now he backs off, so Stark fighting in bursts.
Because he can't see. It's impossible that
Right, so
he
he can't stay in the pocket.
Yeah, I think the fact that Stark is backing up may be as much of a sign to the doctor that he has to intervene at this point as any punches.
Two big rounds
And he
to
got
go.
hurt
He
just
got
now.
hit with a hook.
A right hand.
And a right hand on
Shook him
the way
up.
out.
He's hurt.
Bell, doctor's out.
He answered the questions right, Nick. Doctor said how many fingers. He got all of them right.
And they fight on in the ninth, and Ledesma makes him pay, walking in. Left hand, crisp right hand.
See, I disagree. The corner should actually save Gary from this. Because another knockout is going to be devastating to him emotionally. The corner should stop it.
Stark's got too much heart to
That's
even
why the
consider
corner-
that, right. He's got his hands up. You're right, he can't see, Brian. He's waiting for Ledesma to make the play a little bit so he could counter and get lucky.
And again, he has to fight. He has to neglect defense and he has to fight. Against a guy like Ledesma who has confidence and who can punch.
Oh,
that
and
left
a
hook.
right, a left hook to that eye again.
You talk about neglecting defense, Brian. I don't think he can practice defense if he tries because he can't see the punches.
Oh, the crowd just behind every punch from Gary Stark. That right hand landed. But again, you're right. He's got to cover up and try to do something defensively. He just can't come full out blasting. Stark
And he's-
pressing courageously forward.
But he's still following around a puncher.
I'll tell you, Ledesma looks pretty darn fresh for a guy I thought so shines of being finished. Yeah, wise move now. Ledesma, he looks like he could fight 9 more rounds.
He's doing the look away now. He's doing the Jersey Joe walkout look away.
Yeah.
He's so full of confidence.
He's not only beating him, he's starting to embarrass Gary by doing it. In his hometown.
Stark really bloodied and swollen.
You can only imagine how frustrating this is. Did you ever box with one eye shut?
I did not.
You did not. It's got to be a horrible feeling, I would think. A helpless feeling.
It looks like Gary's fighting like it's a helpless feeling. Listen, this sport is tough enough with 2 eyes,
Right.
2 good hands. So,
And credit Ledesma. He's fighting the right fight now. He's moving enough. When he gets hit, he doesn't stand there.
he shook Gary up with a short uppercut.
Right hand from Stark, though. But it's really, you guys are right, the firepower. He's really not been able to hurt Ledesma. I'm not saying he hasn't shaken him up.
And now, not only the eye swollen, look at Gary's cheek.
Yeah.
His cheek is starting to swell.
Going forward now, he's got Ledesma in front of him. And Ledesma sort of mocking him a little bit with that movement, as you alluded to, Steve. His hands are down.
Blood still gushing out the eye. Get hit with a jab.
However, he's going to go out.
He answered all the questions. Again,
I don't know how he can see, because if you look at his eye, it looks like it's shut.
It started that we saw the welt start, what, after the second, third round, perhaps.
at the 3rd round, the work started.
And man, has it ballooned up.
I believe Gary's cut or bleeding inside the mouth as well. And you know what? Brian said that he didn't think Gary Stark should have taken this fight. Brian, you're looking smarter by the minute. But even if you didn't believe it, I don't think anybody could have foreseen this kind of fight.
2 nice right hands from Stark. Partially blocked the 3rd time.
Stay right, kid.
Ledesma just playing keep away here.
Steve, trust me, I'm not playing Monday morning quarterback. I told him don't take this fight because A, he might lose, and B, he might look bad.
2-minute drill, kid.
I told him that.
2-minute drill, baby.
I said even if he wins, it won't be easy.
Well, it hasn't been easy, and of course, we'll never know how this fight would have turned out had Gary Stark's eye not closed. But that doesn't matter now because his eye did close.
And it's great to see the crowd still pushing him on, still pushing him.
Less than 2 minutes to go in this fight.
And at this point, Ledesma wants to stay way outside or all the way inside.
I'm not too sure about that. I think Ledesma would love to get a knockout.
Stark walks into a shot.
Wouldn't it be sweet if Ledesma can dominate like he did, or like we think he has, and then score a knockout?
It would be sweet, but it would be even sweeter if Gary Stark pulled off the miracle of all time right here.
Oh, yes.
He's never stopped trying. I don't think he's ever stopped believing. Definitely not a knockdown.
Gary Stark's only prayer at this point would be an overhand right.
Again, for personal reasons, as a friend of his, I didn't want to see him in here with Ledesma.
That left hook landed, and he threw it again. Now Ledesma covering up. Goes to the body. Still a full minute to go in this fight.
And Ledesma just missed with the right hand. And look at Gary's left hand. While he's walking at Ledesma, a low left hand.
Right hand, as Steve said, he threw the right hand flush. Not a lot of leverage on it. Didn't move Ledesma a bit.
You know the mask in the Phantom of the Opera? That's what Gary Stark looks like right now. Half his face, he looks like Gary Stark. The other half, he looks like a gargoyle.
Wow. But again, I know how terribly frustrating he's got to feel, but I don't think he's ever believed he can't win this fight.
He's won the crowd, I promise you that. Lost the fight, won the crowd.
Well, he has a ton of heart, and no matter what, he'll keep that heart.
We'll see about the embrace when the final bell hits. They're going the other way. Back at the Manhattan Center, the official decision now from Greg Dubin.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. But first, a round of applause for the fighters. Judges Robert Perez and Judge Walenska Roldan have it 96-94. And Judge John Signali has it 97-93. For the winner by way of unanimous decision, Gary "Kid" Stark Jr.